Hey everybody, it's Allie and welcome to our special announcement, spoiler alert edition of Y&R Chat. I am having a baby. Yay! I am very, very excited. It's a girl. There's gonna be a little Allie Jr. The next generation of Y&R chatters is soon to be born, and shocking twist, my due date is December 8th, which is just over a month away. So I know what you're all thinking, and don't worry, okay? Thanks to my nearly 25 years of soap opera fandom, I am fully aware that there is a strong possibility that my baby will be either stolen or switched at birth. But just so you guys know, I've already toured the hospital, I've interviewed the nurses and doctors. I'm going to be keeping a very close eye on them, and if there is anything suspicious going on, and maybe just cuz, I will insist on following up with a round of DNA testing, possibly 5-6 separate DNA tests at independent labs across the city, just to make sure that the child I come home with is actually my child. Now, I know the second concern that you guys out there have is, what's gonna happen to Y&R Chat? And here is my opportunity to reassure you that everything is going to be okay. Y&R Chat will live on. Nobody worry. Obviously, though, there is going to be a period of time where you guys don't hear much from me. As much as I would love to assume that I'm going to be a superwoman and be blogging and vlogging and doing it all from the hospital, I do have to accept the reality that I'm going to need some recovery time, but never fear, I do have a plan to keep Y&R Chat going during all of this, and don't think that it hasn't been on my mind this entire time, and also don't think that I don't want to get back to Y&R Chat. I'm going to want to get back to my routine with Y&R Chat and you know, putting it out there for you as soon as possible. So when within the next month or so, when a Sunday rolls around and you don't see a video posted from me, you don't see a podcast posted from me, here's what I want you to do. First of all, please assume that I have gone into labor trapped inside of an elevator in an ice storm while there is an entire citywide power outage going on at the same time. Okay, I want you to assume there's maximum drama going on around this labor, but I'm fine. I'm gonna be fine. The EMTs are gonna rescue me just in time and transport me to the hospital. It's all good. But when you don't hear from me, what I'd love for you all to do is just go to yrchat.com, because I'm going to try my very hardest, and I think it's reasonable to get a post out there to let you guys know what's going on, that I'm okay, and most importantly, I can pre-schedule posts at the website so that you guys can continue to talk about the show even though I'm not here, and I can check those messages and maybe chime in here and there as soon as I can, or as soon as I get home. But I just wanted to put it out there that the website is going to be the place to go to check in on me and to chat with the other chatters about the show. I don't want the conversation about the show to stop just because I can't necessarily lead it. But I have to be be somewhat realistic. I think it's probably going to be at least 2 to 3 weeks where you guys don't hear from me very much. Like I said, I will try to get in on the conversation at the website, but that's probably the only place you're going to be able to find me. There's not going to be a video. There's not going to be a podcast. I will not be on YouTube or Facebook or Twitter or anything like that. And there probably will be a minimal amount of interaction by me while I'm adjusting. However, I'm really hoping that some of our Y&R Chat, the other stars of Y&R Chat who comment regularly, I'm hoping maybe you guys can jump in there during that transition time and maybe use it as your time to shine. Post your own weekly summary of the show, your weekly opinions on the show, because people do read those, they do interact and respond with those. So I would love it if all of the names that we all know from every single week of Y&R Chat would jump in there and contribute while I'm out. I am thinking though that hopefully by 3-4 weeks after having the baby, I would like to be completely caught up on the show, because believe me, I'm going to be watching. There's no doubt that I'm going to be caught up on every single episode. I already have it all kind of in my mind, worked into how I'm going to make it, how I'm going to make it work so I can still get my Y&R in, which is like my decompression time. That's my me time. So it's important to me to get the shows in, and hopefully by around a month, I will be completely caught up on the show and able to return to you guys with some audio blogs, meaning the podcast. Unfortunately, it's probably going to be closer to 4 to 6 weeks, I would say, before I'm going to be able to come back and really feel like setting everything up for the full video and the games and all of the other goodies and website stuff and the full rip-roaring Y&R Chat that I usually do. So it's probably going to be 6 weeks for that, but hopefully it's going to be closer just to maybe 3-4 weeks before I can at least get back doing podcasts and audio blogs. So I suppose that the bad news is that I will be gone for just a little while, but the good news is I will be back. I will absolutely be back. And I think that there's a part of me that will be anxious and ready to come back, because Y&R Chat and Y&R in general is my sanctuary. I think I'm going to need and want to have this as a way to get back to normal, or to feel normal, or to connect in with just me and my Allie-ness and who I am. And I mean, I've been watching The Young and the Restless since I was 13 years old. It's been nearly 25 years. It's something that's part of my backbone. I think that this space of time, I am probably more unabashedly Allie than anywhere else in my life, and I think that I'm really going to want to come back to that as soon as possible. But on that note, when I do come back, I just have to say one little serious comment here. This is and will always be Allie's Y&R Chat. It is not going to become Allie's baby talk. I don't want anyone to think that I'm going to turn it into that. And likewise, I don't want to feel obligated or pressured to talk about the baby. I don't know that I'm necessarily going to want to share a bunch of pictures and give everyone a blow-by-blow about it, and I hope that everybody can kind of understand and appreciate that. This is my space to talk about Y&R with you, and I want to keep Y&R Chat about Y&R. I'm going to be living life with a newborn, and I just am probably not going to want to have a bunch of conversations about it. But at the same time, I think that there is going to be a whole new world of experiences that I am going to be able to relate to the show, and that's really exciting to me. There's a lot that goes on the show with the storylines and the characters and the different situations that I think I'll be able to add a little more depth to from having been a mother. For instance, when it comes time to ship my kid off to boarding school at age 8, where she will return to me as a fully formed 18-year-old in just a couple of months, maybe years, then I will be able to now relate that experience to whatever character is also going through that on Y&R. Or, you know, when it comes time for me to do everything in my power to keep my child away from that no good punk that she's dating, then I will be able to, you know, take all my Y&R experiences and relate that to how I will find insane and crazy ways to stop her from dating this guy, and relate that back to the show. I think that's gonna be a good thing. And God forbid if someday down the road my daughter starts having an affair with my third husband or something, I'm gonna be able to bring all of that knowledge and all of those feelings from my own life into the Y&R chat and vice versa. So there's a whole new vista opening up here. So it is very, very exciting, and I hope that you guys are excited for me, and I hope nobody's too disappointed. We will definitely get back onto a regular schedule as soon as possible, and more than anything, I just want all of you guys to know that I have every intention of continuing Y&R Chat for as long as possible until the day that my daughter decides to overthrow my Y&R Chat throne and take my place.